Yo, what's good, Tristans and Tris fam? Today we're going to be reacting to, let's do POV. That's my favorite on the album. But before we get started, be sure to check me out. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Let's just jump into this. I've only heard the song once. I've been saving it. Those violins are so pretty.
Turn my minutes into hours. You got more than 20/20, babe. Made a glass the way you see through me.
Really good falsettos there.
You know me better than I do. Can't seem to keep nothing from you. How you touch myself from the outside.
Classic Ariana high notes.
My ego and my pride. I wanna love me the way that you love.
This song gives me shivers.
For all of my pretty and all of my ugly too. I love to see me from your point of view.
All right, I think for this one, I want to nerd out a little bit. I had a fun reaction to 34 plus 35, but this one we're going to stop a lot because I think it's very interesting. And if you guys don't like that, that's too bad. So in the verses, she is blending a lot between her chest voice and her head voice or falsetto, whatever you want to call it, but making it so seamless that you can't really tell where the changes are happening. I can even try and point out exactly where the changes between her chest voice and her falsetto take place, because I think that's pretty interesting. I might not be 100% accurate because these things on a certain level, only really the singer knows where they're changing. That's kind of the point, but I'm going to do my best to point it out.
I'm getting used to receive.
I'm getting used, I believe is her chest voice, to receiving, I believe is her very, very low falsetto.
Still getting good at not leaving.
Still getting good at chest voice, falsetto, leaving. Falsetto, chest. That is her full out chest voice. And even though on the album it sounds like everything is more or less the same volume, this little section here where she pulls her full voice all the way up into the top notes there is pretty loud. I would say it's probably a 7 out of 10 in volume. Learning to be grateful for myself. Okay, she's really changing her vowels there. She's not even pronouncing the R. It's difficult to sing because it is a vowel. Learning to be, right? You have to go into the which doesn't really seem to work very well. So I think she's just singing sort of Lenin. She also has this little bit of an going on at the same time. And that, in combination with the volume that she uses, softens up that note. So it's not a full out learning to be, but it's more learning to be grateful. You see what I'm saying? It's kind of more contained and not as full sounding. That's pretty classic Ariana. And as she even goes up into that upper part of her voice, especially when she's at slightly lower volumes, some of those top notes, if they're not her head voice or her falsetto, whatever you want to call it, she is getting real close to it. Like, that top note is so, it almost sounds like it could be a head voice. It also could sound like it could be her chest voice. And that's kind of the magic of her particular style and her particular sound. It's a very trendy sound right now. You got a lot of singers do this sort of stuff, like Jessie J, Tori Kelly. And it's a very desirable sound. A lot of people want to be able to sound this way. If I were to instruct somebody or try and help someone sing that specific phrase, I would have them sing their head voice for those top notes. You can also do it in your chest voice. Learning to believe. You could probably approach that note in either place, to be completely honest with you, which is what makes it interesting from another angle as a listener, because you can't really tell exactly where she is. But a singer, depending on how they're approaching that note and depending on their voice and X, Y, Z, they could sing it both ways and it would still sound acceptable.
What is mine? I wanna love you. The way that you love me. Oh, for all of my pretty and all of my ugly too. I love to see me from your point of view. I wanna trust me, the way that you trust me.
There is more of a clear example of her full out normal belt voice, because you can hear that it's not as confusing, right? Trust me, me, us me. It's flirting with her head voice, but it's not. It doesn't ever quite go there. Ooh, that was a really cool line.
Like you do. I love to see me from your point of view. My bag is ready to save these.
And then she jumps in between this and her head voice or her falsetto.
And if my eyes deceive me, won't let them stray too far. I wanna love me the way that you love me. Ooh, for all
Pretty common trend with her. It's very common in pop in general. But in the mid part of her voice, her vowels close down a lot. I wanna. If you can imagine it being sung on an ooh, 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 then it's more closed down in timbre, or more restrained in timbre. But as she goes up to the highest parts of her voice, she opens up. So you can hear where it opens up.
I wanna love me.
Ooh, closed. Ooh, open, closed, open. Do you see what I'm saying?
I wanna love me the way that you love me.
I actually think that for the most part, those upper notes are her full chest voice.
The way that you love me. Ooh, for all of my pretty and all of my ugly too. I love to see me from your point of view. I wanna trust me, the way that you trust me, baby.
It gets real close though.
Let me like you do. I love to see me from your point of view. Yeah.
Oh, there's a nice yeah there. All right, cool. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It's a little bit more technical than usual, but sometimes that's what I want to do. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to put up with it. But anyway, until next time, Tristan and Tris fam. Peace out.